emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you the hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday, December 2nd at noon. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as January 2nd. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let's take you on a quick tour, get you signed in and set up. Once you get signed in, you notice the orange banner. Behind the orange banner is all the books that are in store for you currently, waiting for you to pay for and pick up or ship out. Behind the green banner is Shop Coming Soon. That's all the carousels we will be looking at today. Let's click there, and that opens up into all of the main carousels. These all rotate left to right. The top carousel is current search results, and that is from the most recent catalogs. December is going up later this afternoon. Below that is a carousel for preview pages. This is PDF previews for some of the books that are coming up soon. We may be speaking about them today. Below that, the carousel for Last Call, FOC, that's the one we will be using. But below that is next Wednesday's items. That's everything we are expecting for the shelf on Wednesday, December 4th. And at the bottom is event carousels. We got a new event this week, and this is for Deadpool versus Spider-Man, a big crossover between the Deadpool and Spider-Man books. Okay, let's scroll back up to the Last Call and open that up. Once you open that up, you'll notice on the top you got filters for publisher, category, brand, etc. And all the red buttons are alphanumeric filters to go right to the titles that begin with that letter and or number. You'll also notice that the scrolls top to bottom. All right, now that you got a tour, let's take you into the rest of the show. And the first thing we will be looking at today is my face. And we actually have a little bit of time because this is one of those in-between weeks for the holiday FOCs. A lot of publishers are doubling up, so some of the weeks are a little bit smaller. This is one of those, so it gives me the chance to look at some original graphic novels. And the first of which we will be looking at today includes Aristotle, a graphic biography. Little is known about the early life of Aristotle, the polymath who would go on to serve as a cultural cornerstone of modern thought and scholarship. The son of a renowned Macedonian physician, Aristotle pursues his studies in Athens and becomes one of Plato's favorite disciples. This graphic novel biography is put together by writer Tassos Apostolidis and artist Alekos Papadatos. It looks amazing, super high production as always with Abrams. And the art, oh, this is from the illustrator of Logic Comics, one of our best sellers from a few years ago. Aristotle, the graphic biography, hits on January 8th with a cover price of $25.99. Next up is this cool looking biography from Z2 Comics entitled Growing Up Farley, a Chris Farley story. The family of Chris Farley and Z2 Comics come together to bring you Growing Up Farley, the first ever Chris Farley graphic novel, written by Kevin Farley, Frank Marafino, and others, with art by Ryan Dunleavy, Fred K. Stressing, and Craig Russo. This cover is done by Ryan Dunleavy, who's done some of my favorite action philosophers comics. Looking forward to this from Z2 Comics, Growing Up Farley. And from Boom Studios, this is an interesting thing, an art book from Boom Studios. This is called Pulp Hope, the art of Paul Pope. This is Pulp Hope 2, actually, sorry. The art of Paul Pope makes its highly anticipated return. This updated premium format edition contains never-before-seen art and brand new, previously unavailable material. Iconic auteur and New York Times best-selling cartoonist Paul Pope has worked with companies and clients all over the world. And Boom Studios is proud to answer the call for art fans and collectors worldwide in putting this essential and must-sought-after art book in their hands. For $39.99, 336 pages from Boom Studios, available on February 26th, Pulp Hope 2. And finally, in original graphic novels, we got this one called Revelations in the Wink of an Eye. It's the long-awaited, complete and completely mind-blowing Jeffrey Lewis analysis of Moore and Gibbons' Watchmen. Musician, cartoonist Jeffrey Lewis has been writing and lecturing on Watchmen worldwide since 1997. Now he collects his work into one enlightening and entertaining volume. Yeah? Why's my head so big? Yeah, it should be there. That makes sense. This is an essay book that carefully justifies itself, a magazine of rare depth and insight. Yep, sure is. From Floating World Comics, it's 144 pages for $20. Jeffrey Lewis's Revelations in the Wink of an Eye. That does it for original graphic novels. Let's bust a move back here and look at a few trade paperbacks. And the first trade paperback to show you today is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, Volume 1. This collects the first 4 issues by Jerry Duggan and Gary Brown and Image Comics. Ooh, they're back to $9.99. This is the Grendel hardcover graphic novel, Volume 1, Devil's Crucible. This is a collection of the recent miniseries by Matt Wagner and his son Brennan Wagner, and represents a new era in the world of Grendel. Yeah. Available on March 4th from Dark Horse Comics. Also from Dark Horse, this is maybe first time in print from George Mann and Andrea Muti, the Star Wars hyperspace stories. Qui-Gon. Yeah, Qui-Gon. That's it. I'm not sure where this is collected from. It might be totally original. It's got this beautiful Mike Cho cover, though. Check it out. That's Mike Cho, all right. Or Greg Smallwood. But it's definitely Mike Cho. That's a pretty cool mustache. All right, next up. Is there anything next up? Oh, yeah, there is. Check out this cool thing. Back in print. Fantastic Four Grand Design. This is the graphic novel that was 100% put together by Tom Scioli and represents highlights for him of the Fantastic Four run done by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. This collects the 2-issue miniseries in this 120-page, $17.99 graphic novel back in print and hitting the shelves on February 12th. And that does it for trade paperbacks. That's it. Now let's hit up some new printings. That's what this is. All right. First up in new printings is a second printing for Walking Dead Deluxe number 100. This features a classic cover by Charlie Adlard and reprints Walking Dead Deluxe 100, which reprints for the first time in color Walking Dead regular old series number 100. That's cool that second printings are getting second printings. Next up is a facsimile edition from Marvel. This is rapidly turning into the facsimile section, but it's a new printing. So this is a 2025 printing of The Amazing Spider-Man 129 featuring the first appearance of the Punisher and this iconic cover by Gil Kane. All right, next up is a second printing for Ultimate X-Men number 9 with this color-treated Peach Momoko variant. I think they just put a black border on that instead of the white border. Over at DC, we get a couple of facsimile editions. This is the first facsimile from the classic Hush story from Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. Of course, this is the iconic Jim Lee cover from back in 2001. This is a $3.99 reprint that also has a foil variant for $6.99 and a blank cardstock variant for $4.99. That drops on January 1st, and this is the first of the issue-by-issue reprinting of Batman Hush by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. Then we got a facsimile reprint, Interesting. All right, so we got the facsimile edition of Brave and the Bold number 29, featuring the second ever appearance of the Justice League of America. This is the standard cover for $4.99. Backing up, we got this foil cover for $7.99 and a blank sketch variant for $5.99. Written by Gardner Fox with art by Bernard Sachs, Joe Giella, and Mike Sikowski. Brave and the Bold facsimile edition number 29. Ooh, then we get the DC Comics Presents number 26, featuring the first appearance of the new Teen Titans, and also featuring this amazing Jim Starlin cover. It is DC Comics Presents number 26. Also available in a foil cover for $7.99 and $5.99 for the facsimile blank variant. And that does it for our focus on new printings. Now let's slip right on over into second issues. This is going to be kind of a short segment today. Not too many second issues, but we do have a second issue for Archaic. That is a new series from Ahoy Comics. We're waiting on number 1. I think that's coming out maybe next week, featuring a cover and interiors by Sally Cantorino and written by Melissa F. Olson. Over at Boom Studios, we get a second issue for Creeping Below, that new series from Brian Azzarello and Vanessa Del Rey. Dropped a couple weeks ago, sold pretty well. This number 2 has a Vanessa Del Rey cover, and it had some covert nudity on the first issue. Trying to see if I could find see if something slipped. Nope, not this one. Next up, Alien Paradiso number 2. That brand new series debuted a couple of weeks ago from Steve Fox and Edgar Salazar with his Iban Cuello cover. And Laura Kinney, Wolverine number 2. We're still waiting on a number 1. Same thing for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 2 by Christos N. Gage and Eric Gapster. Over at DC, we got a couple second issues. This is Batman Dark Patterns number 2, still waiting on a number 1. And a Two-Face number 2. I did see Two-Face number 1 is shipping next week. That is written by Christian Ward with interior art by Fabio Veras. And that does it for second issues. Now let's take a longer look at first issues. First up in first issues is from Ahoy Comics, the new series called Howl. Number 1 from Alyssa Whitney and art by Morissette, who did this A cover. Marry a science fiction writer, become science fiction. That's the law of Greenwich Village in the late 50s. Home of poets, artists, musicians, writers, they're put upon partners and the extraterrestrial spores that are secretly taking them over. Novelist, comics writer Alyssa Whitney mixes science fiction with family memoir, featuring stunning art by Morissette. That's a good cover. Over at Keenspot, we get a new series from their Execution Posse Holdings imprint. This is the group that has a whole multimedia thing happening in development with Sony Entertainment. This spins out of that, called Papa Duke number 1. This is the 3-issue miniseries written by Aimé DeLong with art by Gershon Villamar. And this A cover by Naomi Griffin, who also did the B cover. The C cover by Todd Skull. And Todd Skull and Naomi Griffin did this D cover for Papa Duke number 1. And over at American Mythology Productions, they've got this very cool sequel to the original Return of the Living Dead. This series is going to drop on December 18th. What? That's only a couple weeks from now. It's got some amazing covers, some of which were not up on Comic Hub at the time that I put this together, but hopefully by the time you get a chance to look at it, there will be a beautiful cover by Mark Spears and a couple other from Maitland, Arcari, and we got this C cover from Alan Martinez. If you like the original, you'll love this sequel, Return of the Living Dead. Over at Dark Horse Comics, we got this new series by Kyle Starks. It's a new crime series from 3-time Eisner nominee Kyle Starks for fans of true crime and murder fiction. And it's only got 1 cover. I'm a fan of that. No, it's got 2 covers. That's cool. 2 serial killers discover they are within reach of the state record for kills and enter a terrible competition to see who gets there first. Featuring amazing and stylish noir art from Patrick Piazzalunga and incredible covers from the legendary Glenn Fabry. And this B cover by Patrick Piazzalunga, written by Kyle Starks. Yeah, from Dark Horse Comics, available on January 8th. Those Not Afraid. Over at Oni Press, We get a new expansion to their EC title universe. This called EC Cruel Kingdom. Pretty sweet cover. Where once a cruel universe beckoned, now a cruel kingdom shall reign. Oni Press is proud to reveal a spellbinding new chapter in the distinguished lineage of EC history. Enter Cruel Kingdom, EC's first ever dark fantasy anthology, conjuring tales of magic, myth, and murder from forbidden realms long before our own. Behold the bloody and barbarous age of wizards, knights, and dragons as imagined in the immutable EC matter. Its master scribes Al Ewing, Chris Condon, and Greg Pak couple their forces with iron-wrought artist Kano, Leo Max, and more to forge a terrifying new vision of death, life, and adventure. 40 pages of fatal fantasy and skullduggerous sorcery in one cursed tome of comic book enchantment. EC Cruel Kingdom #1 with this Adam Polina cover comes in at $4.99. Liam Sharp cover. Ooh, that's very Frazetta-like. A gold foil variant of the Polina and a silver foil variant of the Liam Sharp, a blank sketch variant, and yeah, that is EC Cruel Kingdom #1, available on January 8th. Also from Oni Press, a new one-shot from Rick and Morty, this called New Year, New Rick, written by Christoph Bogax, with Tony Grigori on art, who also did this A cover, and a B cover by Beck Kubrick. Yep, I know that feeling. It is Rick and Morty, New Year, New Rick, special #1, one shot. All right, it's been a while, but I think it's time. I'm gonna do a little focus on Xenoscope. They've got a couple new series, and they look pretty cool. This is Grim Fairy Tales, Tales of Terror, Volume 5, #1, from writer Joe Brusha, with a cover by Eric J. Kaku, Sonia Matas, and Eric J. on the A cover. This is 32 pages of terror for $4.99, Grim Tales of Terror, available on January 15th. Also from Xenoscope, a new superhero series, 3-issue miniseries called Terror and Fury, written by Joe Brusha with interior art by Jordi Tarragona, and this cover is teeth-breaking cover by Igor Vitorino. A B cover from Al Baranuevo, a Sonia Matas cover, and a John Royal cover on Terror and Fury, #1 of 3. And finally, from Xenoscope, we have this new series, this new one-shot called White Tiger Claws, Paws, Outlaws. Let me try that again. White Tiger, Claws, Paws, Outlaws, one shot. This is cover A by Igor Vitorino. Interiors written by Joe Brusha. A B cover by Harvey Talabau. Look, Squirrel Girl, kinda. Squirrel Woman. And a C cover by Elias Chatsuidis. And all for White Tiger, Claws, Paws, and Outlaws from Xenoscope. All right, that'll do it for our look at #1s from the small press. Let's take a quick look at, no, it's going to be a longer look. Let's take a bigger look at Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics has a new, this is kind of a spin-off of the Amazing Spider-Man 8 Deaths of Spider-Man storyline. And to fit this in between issues, they are giving it the 0.1 treatment. Not sure how this is going to work out, but we'll try it. This is written by Derek Landy with art by Kev Walker and a cover by Mark Bagley. The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man continues while Spider-Man is facing the Scion who wields the power of death. The new embodiment of death, Phil Coulson, gets to know his powers better. Phil has always been there to help heroes in every way he can. But can he help Spider-Man to save our universe? We'll find out in Amazing Spider-Man 65.1. Available on January 15th with this A cover by Mark Bagley, a B cover by Carlo Paguelin, even though it says Pasquale Ferry. I'm going to say it's Paguelin. Yep. There it is. Okay, next up is Immortal Thor number 19. I'm portraying this one because it's kind of an in-between issue, and it's kind of interesting because of this fact. This is not the story of the Immortal Thor. The All-Father had a journey to make to a far star, and so, for a time, the Golden Realm was left to rule itself. Yet even in the absence of the king, the story continued, and each Asgardian had their own drama to play out. These are the Tales of Asgard, brought to you by a cavalcade of artists, including Jan Bazaldua, Dan Jurgens, first time on Thor in decades, and Al Ewing is also reunited with Luciano Vecchio, Karen Darbo, and a host of other artists on this landmark story. It is Immortal Thor number 19 with an Alex Ross cover. This... yeah, let's go back here. Do that. There it is. This Fantastic Four homage variant. I get it. But yeah, they're homaging the Mighty Thor Beta Ray Bill debut cover by Walt Simonson as a Thing variant. I got it. And that is by Gerardo Sandoval. And then we got this Jan Bazaldua cover. All for Immortal Thor number 19, available on January 15th. Ooh, here's a big debut from Marvel Comics, spinning out of the first year of the Ultimates. This is Ultimate Wolverine number 1. The Maker's ultimate weapon. From Rising Stars Chris Condon and Moon Knight powerhouse artist Alessandro Cappuccio comes the story of the Ultimate Wolverine. In order to maintain control of their corner of the Maker's world, 3 members of his council, Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red, deploy their most lethal asset, the Winter Soldier. But who is the weapon behind the mask? This is Ultimate Wolverine number 1, brand new series written by Chris Condon with art by Alessandro Cappuccio, who did this A cover. Gleb Melnikov cover, riffing off of... and that looks real familiar. All right. This is part of a bigger connecting variant by Jose Maria Casanovas, a Lee Bermejo Virgin variant, a Lionel Francis Yu Ultimate Special variant. All for Ultimate Wolverine number 1, making its debut on January 15th. Get your orders in for this and any of these variants by Monday, December 2nd. And the last number 1 from Marvel on Last Call is What If? Galactus transformed the Moon Knight. That's right. This series of one-shots is written by Alex Segura. This issue is featuring the art of Scott Eaton with a Ron Lim cover. When Khonshu, the Moon God, and Galactus, the World Devourer, clash, Moon Knight is caught in the middle. To keep the peace, Moon Knight becomes the newest herald of Galactus. But his altars cause the power cosmic. But this caused the power cosmic to manifest in startling new ways. Unless Moon Knight can conquer his new powers and a few former heralds, the Earth itself faces extinction. This is What If Galactus Transformed the Moon Knight. From Alex Segura and Scott Eaton, available on January 15th with this Ron Lim cover, a Iban Coelho cover, a Philip Tan sci-fi homage variant, a classic Tales to Astonish cover. That's so weird. I love it. And that's all for What If Galactus Transformed the Moon Knight #1, available on January 15th. And that does it for Marvel's #1 this week. Let's slide on over into the DC universe and kick it off with Aquaman #1. This is a brand new series and a new mission. The King is back, baby. In the wake of absolute power, Arthur Curry's powers have evolved to powerful new heights. And this is one king ready to use them to kick some serious butt. Mammoth water construct kaijus have emerged from each of the 7 seas, and only Aquaman's water warping abilities can stop them. But not if they kill the good king in the process. Enter Dagon, Arthur's guide on the quest to unlock the secrets of the blue. But what deadly secrets await Arthur on his journey? It's an all-new era for Aquaman by acclaimed creators Jeremy Adams, John Timms, and they will leave you cheering with this A cover by John Timms, an Ivan Rice cover on the cardstocks, Tulale cardstock, Brad Walker, that's kind of nice, a blank cardstock variant, and an all-in foil variant by Fico Ocio. This is the brand new series for Aquaman, #1 by Jeremy Adams and John Timms, available on January 8th. Next up, we got a one-shot spinning out of the Green Lantern storyline. Witness the rise of the Fractal Lanterns. Following the events of the Civil War, a new era in Green Lantern mythology begins. Once again, Oa has become the epicenter of the Green Lantern Corps, bringing justice to the furthest corners of the galaxy. But a new threat has emerged. Beings that manifest uncontrolled parts of the emotional spectrum have randomly appeared throughout the universe, dubbed Fractal Lanterns. Hal and a reformed Green Lantern Corps set off to police this strange new phenomenon while uncovering a sinister plot that could eliminate the very essence of sentient life. From Green Lantern series writer Jeremy Adams with interior art by V. Ken Marion, with this cover by Fernando Blanco, cardstock variants by Steven Segovia, a foil variant by Fernando Blanco, and all for this Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum #1 one-shot, available on January 8th. And let's see, this might be this. This is it. This is the last thing for this week's final order report. And it's a biggie. Spinning out of All In. It's the greatest power in the universe. And also its deadliest weapon. In the wake of absolute power, the superpowers of planet Earth are in chaos, and it's up to the newly reformed Justice League to restore order to that chaos. enter Ray Palmer and Ryan Choi. Together as the heroes called Atom, these brilliant minds get to work crafting the world's first superpower reallocation and backup system, codenamed the Atom Project. But not everyone wants their powers back, and Captain Atom is hell-bent on preventing his missing atomic abilities from ever being found. Join Oscar-winning writer John Ridley, Rogue Sun co-creator Ryan Parrott, and Batman First Night artist Mike Perkins as they go down the rabbit hole of an intense, atomic-fueled spy thriller that will drop change on the DCU like an atomic bomb. This is Justice League: The Atom Project, written by, with this Mike Perkins cover. Cardstock variants by Dan Mora, Lucio Perillo, Steven Segovia, and a Fico Ocio all-in variant on this Justice League: The Atom Project, one of 6 by John Ridley, Ryan Parrott, and Mike Perkins. Available on January 2nd. I'm not going to be open on January 1st. And you're not going to be shopping for comics on January 1st. And that does it for our spotlight on first issues. Yeah, there we are. Hey, I just remembered we just had a big giant holiday. I hope you guys had a great holiday. Everybody's home safe and happy. Hope you had a lot of great food and a lot of great rest. We got a lot going on at the store. And the first thing that the last thing I'll show you is our event schedule. We got a lot of events happening this week, in fact. Where are we? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, first up is our big Shop Small weekend, focusing on Shop Small Saturday. This Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday, November 30th, we will be having a big sale throughout the store, and we're also having a big time signing with a couple of local guests, and I don't have those frames up right now. Let's see if I can get those up real quick. All right, so yeah, we don't have the sale information up here or the event info. This is some pretty cool Knight Rider soundtrack. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good holiday. We had a super great holiday. Let's see if I can get this material over there. Yeah, check this out. Kind of works. Shop Small Saturday is this Saturday, November 30th. We have got 50% off, or I should say, buy one, get one, 50% off on all graphic novels. Back issues are all 50% off. That's all of our small press Marvel Comics and DC Comics. Back issues are all 50% off throughout the weekend. We also have how-to books 20% off throughout the weekend, as well as our entire tabletop games collection are all 15% off. Saturday, we also welcome in-store signing guests, local creators from 3 to 5 p.m. from Generate Comics. We are welcoming into the store G. Walker Tion and David Perrin III from Generate Comics. They will be exhibiting from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. come on by and meet them. Check out their comics. David Perrin has worked for Marvel, Dark Horse, a bunch of other companies. It's pretty awesome that Tion brought him in with Generate Comics. I'm very excited to see what they can put together. Yeah, there it is. G. Walker Tion from 3 to 5, joined by David Perrin III, both from Generate Comics. Think big, shop small on Saturday, November 30th. And that does it for our spotlight on that. Okay. Sorry this is so disjointed. I'm trying. Hey, in a couple of weeks, we are bringing back the East Dearborn Drink and Draw on Friday, December 13th from 7 to 9. That happens at Downey Brewing Company at 13121 Prospect Avenue, across Michigan Avenue, kitty corner from us over on the other side of Schaefer. Come on by and draw with us. Downey Brewing is offering $1 off on your first drink. And I believe Blick Art Supply will be there as well, supporting East Dearborn Drink and Draw on Friday, December 13th. And on the third Monday of the month, Monday, December 16th, the Monday right after East Dearborn Drink and Draw, we are bringing back Brain Candy number 63 with poetry from Steve Hughes, the prose of Kat Gardner, the music of Toof Francis, and the visual art of Isabel Tavares, all for Brain Candy number 63, produced by the Emerging Writers Network and held for free inside Green Brain Comics on Monday, December 16th from 7 to 9. Join us back here on YouTube and Facebook this Tuesday evening at 6:30 for Brain Scan, our live preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics. Got a big, giant list of new comics hitting the store, hitting the shelves on Wednesday. And these are just a few of them. We got a new series, all new Venom, Two-Face, and the much-awaited debut of Hornsby and Halo from Peter J. Tomasi and Peter Snaberg, all on sale Wednesday, December 4th. I gotta fix that. December 4th, folks. And of course, thank you very much for joining me today on Final Order Report. Remember to get your orders in, confirm your cart by Monday, December 2nd at noon. Here we go. Thanks for joining me for the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. See ya, folks. Shop small. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.